Well, hi, everybody. I'm so excited today because I have not one guest, I have two guests, two at the same time. So this is going to be fun. This is my first time ever doing two guests at the same time. So we're going to maneuver this, but I think it's going to be okay. It's going to be a lot of fun. Today, I have Tamara Harrison and I have Bianca Wright with me today. Now, these ladies both work at the World Financial Group. So you're going to stay tuned to hear what these two ladies have to say. I'm quite interested in what they have to say because we're all, we all deal with financial issues all the time. And I love this. They say that they are in business for themselves, but not by themselves. And that's kind of the relationship they have. And so they help each other along the way. They're kind of like, the whole office is kind of like a team environment, but they do work for themselves, but not by themselves. And I just love that. So welcome, ladies. I'm so excited to have you both here. So
I'm so excited.
Okay, so let's start with Tamara. So Tamara, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself so we can get to know you a little bit.
Right on. Okay. Well, I think I wanted to mention too, I'm born and raised in BC. My mom is from another country. My mom was an immigrant from Holland. When she came here, not knowing a bit of English and had to learn, and they were very poor. However, going forward, my mom has done very well, and I have gone through hard times, however, and even being someone who was born and raised in BC, I didn't know anything about financial literacy. I mean, we didn't talk about anything like that around the dinner table. I used to stick my money in my drawer, as a matter of fact. um, and I became a mother. I had gone to school and college, but I didn't do any of the professions because I moved to Saskatchewan and had a baby. And then from there, with my husband, we moved back. I had another baby eventually and just worked at a job, just did our thing, we didn't know how to put money away. I didn't know how to save for children's education. Um, I had no idea. I had one life insurance policy. I did not know what it was. Was it enough? Was it too much? And by the time I met my trainer at World Financial Group, I was very much in debt, very hopeless actually, and really, quite frankly, scared. I just, I didn't know where to turn. I didn't know what I was going to do. And only one person ever approached me to help me. And it was after I was at just a random event that my daughter invited me to. And this fellow and I had to share our stories. And I'd said a prayer before I sat down next to him. I said, God, please put me next to the person I need to meet. And he did.
Oh.
And I became really interested in learning about financial matters and just get my financial literacy in order, So
What year
when I
was
first,
that? What year was that?
okay, oh my goodness, that was years ago. That was about 9 years ago. So
Okay.
yeah, 2015 or so.
Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect. Well,
yeah.
let's meet Bianca. So Bianca, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, yes, well, I came from an entrepreneurial home, actually. My mom and dad started a business way back then, but my father passed away really young. So my mother grew that to be a profitable business in both Alberta and BC. So I grew up in a single family home, helping my mom build her business and realizing that I wanted to be an entrepreneur as well. And so my husband and I, we started our own cabinet manufacturing and design company from our garage. And we grew it to be 30 plus employees out in the Richmond area. And so that, that was very great for us. My husband was a great tradesman. He did beautiful work. I was more, the design area, and I helped with the managing of the upper end of the company.
Yeah.
And it was going really well. We had a beautiful designer home. The kids went to private school. They could do all their extracurricular activities. We traveled twice a year. I never had to worry about money. I never even thought about it because all our time, energy, and money because it was our own business, went back into our business because that was our retirement plan. That was going to be the legacy we left for our kids. And I have 4. And and that being said, that was our future. And so I never, ever, ever, ever thought about divorce. It was never even on my scope or on my horizon. And so when that happened, it was absolutely devastating. I didn't even have a bank account because here we've been working for our own company for so long. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a bank account. And unfortunately, I inherited some of the debt that came from the company because it was in my personal name and I had had the good credit. And so I didn't know what to do at this point. The job that I got now, which was in the same industry, I basically had, more bills than I had money at the end of the month. And I didn't know how I was going to get ahead. And if it wasn't for Tamara actually introducing me to this organization and my trainer sitting down with me at the kitchen table, and he shared some concepts, just some basic, finance 101 concepts that I never even learned in school.
Yes.
And he explained that. And I went, what? I mean, I could get rid of my debt. I can get paid for my own mortgage. And I thought, no brainer, I want to learn more because I need to get out of the debt that I now have that I'm only getting by month to month on. And that's basically how I got started here. And on a part-time basis, I did this here, just educated myself for 3 years on a part-time basis. And when I got all my debt paid off and I was able to save something forward, I realized that there really is a need in financial literacy. And I went into this here full time. And that's what brought me onto this career. And today I'm full time in this business.
That's amazing. Even what both of you have said, because it's, I think for women, especially, I know I love Judge Judy. I know she's old now and she's off. I think she's off air, but she said something. I saw her at an interview at some women's conference and she said something and I thought was amazing. And she said, ladies, you need your own bank account. You need to be dealing with your own life, your own financial life, because what if something happens to your husband or you end up divorced? You can't keep relying. Now, I know she comes from a different era than us, but yeah, there you go. I mean, the same kind of thing can happen to women all over the world, I guess. And sometimes they're not ready for it when that kind of thing happens. So
I hate to say it, but in Canada and the States, the need is so great. The statistics that Stats Canada had gathered more recently is that about 95% of Canadians and Americans, by the time they reach retirement age, will be financially devastated.
Wow.
It's not getting better, it's getting worse. So we're here, and there's only so many of us to get to reach all those people out there. But our company is growing really fast because of the need, because people want to learn for themselves. And we have a lot of single parents, especially women on our team and in the office as well. A lot of women are taking over this company because women are grabbing their independence. Like you say, we're realizing that we need to have the financial independence and just the knowledge to do so. So I have another best friend of mine who recently left her husband, and she goes, wow, I know nothing about our finances. I don't even know if I have insurance. I don't know about the kids' RDSPs. I don't know anything. So she's starting to learn for herself. And this just makes my my life so like I have a mission. I want to be significant in my life, and I want to be my kids' hero. However, my job is not done. At the end of the day, if I have not reached out to somebody, I feel like I haven't done my duty. It forward, right?
That's I think it's none of this is taught in school, which is silly when you think about it. You think these days about half the stuff they're teaching in school and you're going, I don't know about all of this. Why aren't they teaching life skills and things that can really be helpful? Because I know even for myself, I experienced bankruptcy, my first 18 months in my career.
Wow.
A lot of tears, a lot of struggle, and I did it. I finally figured it out, and life's been okay since then. But it's true. We don't understand what it is that we're supposed to be doing with our finances. You know, I explained to a lot of the ladies in my community that you have to think about time is money, and time is your life. So what are you trading, you know, money for life, time for your life? It's so important to think about that, because what is going on? You only have so much time. And what are you trading it for? And is it really working for you? And are you happy doing it? Because if you're not, you're taking that unhappiness home with you every day. Anyway, that's just my little preach there. So now, you know, I kind of looked at over your what your company. It looks like a fantastic company to be involved in. So can you maybe Bianca, you want to explain to us a few of the services and products that your company, or that you and Tamara would be offering to people?
Well, I think there's a great holistic approach. Excuse me.
Yeah.
We have dogs.
My dog is playing with a toy. We try to do a great holistic approach. And basically what we do is, what we want to do is, we want to go in and educate families on how to prepare their financial future. You know, like, are they prepared for their retirement? Are they prepared for if an emergency happens? You know, have they protected their family should somebody pass away or get a critical illness or maybe a disability? Are they prepared for that? You know, and can they heal themselves on a healthy approach? What about a will? Do they have a will? You know, are they preparing their estate so that they can leave that legacy for their family and their kids, not the government?
Right.
Because there's a lot of things that we are not taught in school and that we should be taught. But of course, you know, I have to say, the government's not my friend. You know, they want as much money and taxes as they can get, because the only sure thing around here is taxes and death. And they tax us on everything, including death.
Yes.
So yeah, it's preparing that family that they can educate themselves and get themselves ahead in life so that they can survive and pass on what they want to pass on to their family.
I love that. I think it's like a whole lifestyle, you know, right from here to here to here, you know. That's wonderful. Tamara, what's the Everest program? Is that similar to what Bianca was just explaining?
Yeah, it's a funeral concierge, and it's only with WFG. So they do, but what happens is that people maybe fail to plan every detail of their funeral, you know, and so what this does is it gives a 24/7 phone number to the people that you've chosen as your executors. So you pick your executors, and also you can get your will set up, and you can change it anytime. It's all free as part of the package. And it's attached to an insurance product as well. So there'll be a payout for the beneficiaries. But in the meantime, even if I travel, like I'm going to be traveling here soon, and something happens to me, say I go to heaven too soon, I will be brought back to wherever I choose for free. And all the arrangements will be made by the company. It's something that everybody should have. We didn't really realize how important it was, but we're really focusing on things like that right now, so people are totally prepared for their life and they don't leave the burden to their kids. Because guess when you get taxed the most? When you die. You know, when you die, the government knows you can't complain anymore, so they're gonna try to mess around with your estate, take everything they can. So this is just a very orderly, very organized, and very affordable way to take care of things for your next generation.
Too, like you said, that it's taking the burden off the family, especially if it's a sudden death. People are just like, okay, now what do? I don't know. It's just, there's no they're grieving and they're shocked. And so that sounds like a nice, and that sounds like a really nice program for people, for sure.
Well, it's true. Like, sorry, Bianca, just one point. When we pass away and we're in the middle of grieving, we still have to deal with all the final arrangements with the person, right? For the person. And that's when, you know, certain companies are going to try to say, well, doesn't your family member or your loved one deserve the best and upsell you? Well, in this way, we also have the best prices because it's right at our fingertips with this company. Yes.
Good.
So it takes the burden of being taken advantage of off, and all the arrangements are being made.
Yes, yeah, good. So Bianca, I
Well,
want to ask you, oh, I'm sorry, did you want to add to something?
I did, because
Okay.
we also consider Everest as a bridge insurance. And
Yes.
and what I mean by that is because somebody may have insurance and think, oh, I've got insurance, I don't need this product.
Yeah,
But the problem is insurance doesn't pay out until they verify that A, maybe it's an accident, or B, after the death certificate is provided, 2 or 3 weeks later, you get paid out. But in the meantime, we don't have any money. And so what Everest does is the insurance money that's inside there, they pay that out to the beneficiary within 24 to 48 hours so that they have some cash to take care of whatever needs are required at the beginning. And so
that's nice.
insurance.
That is definitely a nice feature for sure.
Things we don't think about.
No, of course we don't. Of course we don't, because we're all going to live forever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Invincible. Don't you remember that? That's my
Yeah.
kid. That'll never happen, Mom.
That's right. So the other thing that it seems like your company focuses a lot on is the financial education. So I don't know, Bianca, do you want to tell us a little bit about that? What kind of education you're talking about?
Oh yeah, well, it's basically just giving us life factors in regards to investing. I mean, nobody was ever taught how to make their money grow. We all know how to make money because we get a paycheck.
Right.
But what do you do with that money after you have it? Most of us tend to sit it in a savings account at the bank. But what does the bank offer you? And what does the bank tell you to do with your money? Nothing, because they want to use your money for their benefit.
Right.
So what we educate families on is, depending on your time horizon, depending on what your goals are, because each person is individual. Maybe they want to buy a house within 5 years. Maybe they want to save it towards their retirement. Maybe they're saving for a trip. So whatever their goals and their needs and wants are, we will guide them in a direction to plan for that. So, hey, okay, great. You want to save for your retirement? Let's put it into these funds and we'll show you how that can grow for you by taking care of that. Or, just educating yourself on, taxes. Because a lot of people think, hey, oh yeah, I get the tax taken off of my paycheck all the time. Yes, but do you realize there's also GST and PST? And when you die, you get taxed. And is your estate prepared for all of that
Right.
money that's going to come out? So it's just educating you on just things that we don't think about. We think we get a check, we spend our money, whatever's left over is ours, and that's it. And we go no further.
Right. Got it. Yeah, I think yeah, and as we said earlier, that it isn't taught in school. So next thing we're out into the workforce and away we go. Tamara, did you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, what Bianca said is so right. And I'm telling you, she's actually killing it in this business because she's got a big heart. I don't really want to add to it. I just want to say that I'm so proud of Bianca, and she's just my support. We support each other, but she's really been, I recruited somebody, let's just say, into the business who does better than me, but also that's enhanced my business because we work together as a team. And I knew going in that she was going to be this business-minded person because we've already been in business together a long time ago, 29 years ago when we met. And so I'm proud of her.
Oh, it's beautiful. What is it that they say all our girlfriends should be willing to adjust our crowns, right?
Oh, yeah.
And help take care of us. That's right. Instead of, that kind of stuff going on. Well, that's beautiful. That was beautiful. So let me ask you, because a lot of the ladies, and mostly our audience is women, a lot of the women who listen to my podcast and our videos are business owners. So can you tell me a little bit about, because as you just said, Tamara, you can help women or men too, I suppose, but come into your business as well. And then they could actually work for the World Financial Group as an independent. I don't know what. Why don't you tell me a little bit about the business model?
Right. A lot of people do come to the office and start learning. Of course, we go on Zoom a lot too, by the way. That's because of COVID.
Yes.
Learning for themselves, like I said, just learn. And that was my goal too, just to learn for myself. Because when I sat down with Victor and he did my financial opportunity, he showed me what I could do and change and rearrange my financial furniture so I could do better, which I am now, of course.
Yes.
I think everybody that comes in is first of all wanting to learn for their own family, right? And then you just realize what the need is. And when you start, because it's the law of attraction, you start hearing other people's needs.
Yes.
And it's so beautiful to be able to help the people that you love. I mean, I've set up my kids better. We're not like high pressure. We want to sell. That's not our goal. We just feel like everybody that meets us and sits with us, even for a little while, just to so we can talk to them about what we do, is better off having met us than not having met us.
Well,
So
even I would suspect it would be, you know, they're because you ladies are obviously a very educational type business where you want to, even if somebody doesn't join you in business or doesn't use you at the moment for your business services, you're still educating the public.
we are. It's a big job, but it's actually quite fun too, the way we go about it. We make it very layman's terms. We want people to understand their own finances. We're not trying to use big words and baffle you with the BS. We actually show you in plain terms, this is where you are, this is where you want to be. Let's work backwards and show you a plan that's going to work for you well within your budget, to get you all those stages of life. Like Bianca said, it might be, you know, traveling, it might be your kids' education. There's more than two ways to, like people know about RESPs. There's more than just those two ways to help with kids' education, for example.
Right. Right.
But we know so many little tricks. And the best part, I think, well, one of the best parts about our business is that we sit down with people and we help them and we don't charge them. And yet we're teaching them what the wealthy know, what the 5% know. And we're not taking not one red cent from our friends and family, which really makes me happy because I don't think I
for
could
sure. Absolutely. If you can help those around you, that's beautiful. You know, something I read about your company, that World Financial Group, that I saw and it made my jaw drop, was that they have given over $4 million US to matching grants. So what is a matching grant? What is that? Which one of you?
So basically, yes, if we come in as a team or an organization and we want to go maybe for BC Children's Hospital, or, you know, I know one of the teams when the floods were happening here in BC here, there was a matching grant towards that. So again, whatever they work with us, and so they believe in all these charitable organizations, because you see, we are sponsored by our mama company, which is Aegon, who owns Transamerica in the States, and of course, World Financial Group is part of that as well. And so they're all about sponsorship, and they sponsor the Canadian Curling Club or team, the Toronto Argonauts. So they have Tony Robbins in their back corners. So there's a lot that they're working towards because they believe in helping people. And so however we want to help the people, they want to help the people with us.
Yes, that's beautiful. That's just, I just love when you hear a company that's willing to give and support and uplift others. That's beautiful. I also saw something that I thought was quite interesting. you have an annual women's conference just for women. Who wants to
Yes,
tell me a bit
we-
about that?
Okay, I could tell you a little bit. Bianca might want to tell you a little bit too. Yeah, it's really great. And it's on Zoom, so very accessible for everybody. But what happens is a lot of the ladies that are champions in our business, they want to share, they're millionaires, multimillionaires. They want to share with us the secrets, well, so-called secrets, which shouldn't be secrets, right?
Right,
They want
right.
to share with other women how to take charge and just how they got to where they are too. So imagine these multimillionaire women, classy women, and they're giving it for free. They're telling us, this is what I did. This is my trade secrets. This is what I went through. And a lot of, so people can relate to different people. Maybe they had a sickness in their family, but they pushed through, and maybe the company kept paying them while they were recovering from, a critical illness, for example. It's just amazing. People from all over the world. And the nice thing, that I really want to say is immigrants really sees this business because they've already had businesses in other countries and designations
yes.
like lawyers and,
Yes.
accountants and farmers. They come here, they have nothing. They have to start all over, but
Yeah.
they've already learned how to be a business person, how to work hard.
Yes.
Did that even to come here. So we like to reach out to people and give them an opportunity. As a matter of fact, as I was walking in the office today, there was a fellow working in the back of a Sinter truck with, they clean uniforms.
Yes.
And he had his name tag on, and I said, "Hi, how are you?" I said, I know you guys work really hard. I said, "Would you like to learn more about how to have a business? And you could do it part-time." And I got his number and his name, and he's from Brazil. And I said, we have Brazilians in our office. We're so multicultural here. We just
Nice.
embrace everybody. There's always going to be someone you can relate to in our office.
Nice.
So something we're really proud of, and it makes us comfortable approaching anybody.
Yes, yes. That's I mean, that's just beautiful. And you're absolutely right. Most people who come here from other countries, they're eager to get going and support themselves and support their families in their new environment. I think that's beautiful that they
really have a goal and a dream already in their hearts. They're not complacent.
Yeah.
So they come here with dreams of the, financial freedom, right?
Yeah.
The American dream. Otherwise, like we're part of that, right? But when they come here, they realize there's taxes. It's expensive to live here.
It's expensive to live here.
Yeah, they don't have a big income. They have to choose whatever they can get here.
Yeah. Well, let me move on to because Tamara, you just brought us into one of my questions today. Today's financial, market and the struggles that most people are having today. Maybe Bianca, you want to start and tell us a little bit about the landscape changes and trends of business finances, like what challenges out there for everyday people or small business owners with these high interest rates and all these mortgages coming up. Like it's a little bit scary out there for a lot of people.
It is. It's very scary. And it's for everyone, you, me, everyone in the horizon here. I know my son has a business, and he, through the pandemic, got caught up in all of this here. And of course, he took that government loan that was to be, paid back by a period of time. But through the landscape, unfortunately, his business hasn't grown to that prior to pandemic level again. And so that inflation isn't helping. We don't see when that's going to kind of come down. And unfortunately, within the next 2 years, we see, there's, I don't know, about 40% of the people that own homes are going to have to renew their mortgage, and it's going to be at a higher rate. And so how do you bring that extra income in? That sometimes means that we have to get another job. Somebody in the family has to work harder just to maintain that extra 40% that mortgage is going to go up.
Yes.
And so it's really scary out there right now. Our food doesn't seem to be coming down, although they've mandated that they need to come down.
Yes.
It's just what's going on. And so what we're doing is, there is money in the financial industry, believe it or not. There's money in the money industry. And so I did not come from the finance world. I came from being creative, a designer, you know, a business owner. And so, of course, I had no knowledge of this here. And going into a field that was absolutely not in my territory was scary. But you know what? We were taught just basics 101. We could come in on a part-time basis, and in that process I realized the need that was out there. We all require a government license because we are in the financial world, and in getting that license, being able to help others to understand their own finances and making some money, which they're not paying, but the banks, the insurance companies, and the investment firms, they're paying us. Because you see, they understand that they're not getting to the masses. They only want to deal with the wealthy, because the paperwork for somebody who can save $250,000 a year to somebody who can maybe only save $250 a month is the same amount of paperwork. And they have their overhead that they have to pay. They got their mortgages, their employees, everything there. And we don't. We can work from home. And so they recognize that, and they need more of us out there to help and to spread the word, and to because unfortunately money, it keeps increasing, costs keep going up, and we had absolutely no control over that. You know, I remember when my mom, well, my grandma, I should say, and their time and space, only one person needed to work, and that was usually the father. Right? They were the stay-at-home moms. Well, do we see that today? We don't see that anymore. And we see that sometimes they're needing to take on 2 and 3 and 4 jobs, 5 jobs for the whole family, just to survive, and just to make ends meet. And so I don't see that changing in the near future.
Right.
I see that we have to change the way we're thinking in the near future to do something different and implement something different. And so that's, we have to take a look at what we're doing and maybe thinking outside the box.
Well, Tamara, maybe you can tell me, would somebody with a mortgage who's got a mortgage renewal coming up, would that be someone that you would be able to help?
Well, definitely we would do our best. I mean, some people might have suffered a lot of hardship, but we'd always sit down and check it out, you know, for free. We definitely want to look at their whole finances, make sure that they qualify for it, because we can rearrange this or that to an extent, right? And perhaps they can be earning extra money too towards everything when they come with us. I wanted to mention something about our company. Our particular office is affiliated with somebody who's come up with a really fast way to get people, you know, licensed and making money within a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe a month max. They can be in our office learning, licensed, and making money. Okay, so if that helps somebody towards a mortgage or towards anything, right? Just a life, like just to pay the bills, right? To start. And then grow from there, right? Like my people work hard for their money, but we got to get our money working harder for us.
Yes.
So we can help. We can help anybody if they're willing to learn and just tweak a few things maybe.
Well, that goes right into my next question. So what you ladies, what practical financial advice or tips do you have for our audience? So, you know, is there a couple of easy wins they can get? You know, is there, you know, Tamara, do you want to start? Like, is there a couple of things that you can advise?
Just reach out to us. Just reach out. It's free. Like it's not gonna cost you anything, but yet it's priceless information, you know? So we will sit down. Everybody needs an advisor, okay? But which advisor are you choosing? Are you going to the bank? Well, for one thing, they're only trained to sell what they have, and they have a quota to fulfill, which that's all on the that's all on the internet, because CBC does these interviews, right? And every single bank and every single credit union is the same. They have quotas to fill, and they're not worrying about your overall picture, the whole holistic look, like Bianca said.
Yeah.
So sit with an advisor, reach out to us. Who knows
Mhm.
what you're going to learn? And if you
Yeah.
don't like to do anything else, just learn a little bit and walk away. We really, we're really here for everybody. So get an advisor. That is my biggest piece of advice. I've read it, I've heard it on so many interviews, and yes, get an advisor, because you don't know what you don't know. And as my dear grandmother used to say, the more you know, the less you know. So as you get into the different the financial world, which is quite a big field, you will see that, oh, wow, I can do this or that. And in this outside, I can do this or that. And I didn't know, I was only told about this. Like I had life insurance since I was about 21, because my uncle had got into the business back then. I didn't know what I had. I didn't know if it had cash value. I didn't know if it was covering me for enough for the future. My husband lapsed it, so that one I don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
But so just, we don't know what we don't know. Please
Yes.
just reach out. We'll have a free conversation, have a coffee, have a glass of wine with us. We're pretty easy going.
Yeah. Well, I love that. You don't know what you don't know. Sometimes I say that to my husband. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I can't believe I don't know. Like, there's like, what don't I know? You don't even know what you don't know. So it's tough.
I had FOMO. I had that fear of missing out. So I
Yeah.
wanted to learn what I didn't learn when I first met Victor, who is my manager now.
Bianca,
Do you know what
I'm sorry. Do you have some advice for the audience?
You know what, I would say one thing is, don't give up on your dreams. I think when we get caught up in all our debt, when we get caught up with all the struggles that we have all around us, the first thing we give up is our dream, or what we wanted to accomplish, or what we just want to strive for. And so what I can say is, don't give up on that. Just think outside the box, and maybe get that help that you need, because there is help for absolutely everything. We just need to take a look at it on a more neutral term. So keep dreaming, keep planning, keep setting your goals, and then just walk with somebody who can guide you in that direction.
Yeah. Well, I just love that. Because for me, in 2020, no, in the year 2000, my business got a little bit rocky, but I was also doing a lot of training and public speaking that wasn't really paying much. There you go, the powerful persuasion.
Powerful Persuasion. I love your book, Powerful Persuasion, everybody.
And I felt I needed to make a decision. I needed 1 foot in. I needed 2 feet in instead of 1 foot, 1 foot. So I put that aside. And that was my dream. And I put my books aside, I put my training aside, and I just went in like a bull and got my business back up and running again properly the way it should, but then of course burned myself out. And in 2016, I started, thank God I didn't pass away or something, right? Because my dream would have been gone. And so in 2016, I picked up my dream again. And I appreciate you saying that. I think it's beautiful. And I think that's what happens. We get so caught up in life and just the crap and the fear and the bills and all of that stuff that is true. A lot of us give up. And that's really sad. I don't want to be sitting on my rocking chair.
That's where I was.
Yeah, 90 and then say, oh darn, wish I'd done that, should have done that. So I appreciate that. And Tamara, I love that too, just about, that you don't know what you don't know. So, and how are you going to know other than talking to somebody who knows? And so I would encourage anybody that's listening that would love to just have somebody look over their finances and give them some options as to what they could do to reach out to either Tamara or Bianca or both, and have a session with you and just get some help, because especially in this day and time. And that's the thing, like they may not even know there's certain things out there that could help them.
Yeah.
And
He
so
certainly
again,
was the poster child for that. I didn't know anything really.
yeah,
So it's so nice to turn it around. And I mean, I still team up with Bianca and Victor and other people in my office. If I know somebody that's, doesn't maybe speak English very well, they speak a different language. I would, match them up with somebody that can speak that language so that they totally understand. But yeah, I started dreaming again. It's so amazing. I didn't actually believe I would ever be where I am now. I'm a junior broker in the office. Bianca's a senior broker, and I'm running for my senior broker designation. But what that means is I have to help a lot of people,
yes,
and I have to help people first. That is the
yes,
goal. Is
yeah.
I don't like, you know what? It's just a beautiful dream. Like you wake up and you go, oh, who do I get to help today? You
Mhm.
know,
Oh, for sure.
um,
And
in my family
yeah,
and in my life, maybe a lot of people don't, maybe they're a little bit fearful or a little bit proud. They're afraid that we're going to judge maybe what they're not doing right. But you know what? We were all there. It's the same. Everybody was on the same level. Nobody knew anything. And this is just
yes.
happens to be something I fell into by the grace of God. So
It's
looking forward to having
yeah,
people reach out more.
Tamara, it's true what you said. We've all been there.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Sometimes people see us and they might be intimidated, or they think, oh, look, they're there and I'm over here. But what they normally don't realize is that we're just people, and we've all had financial problems and marriage problems and children problems and job
Yeah.
problems and all of those kinds of things. But the benefit is to go to, folks like yourselves who also you've dealt with life's issues, but you also have the tools that you could give them some advice. And I love that they can just get some advice for free. I think that's wonderful. And if they see something that works for them, then that's beautiful as well. Well, I have just enjoyed speaking to the two of you ladies. I have just loved it. And I hope people get the courage to reach out to you and get some encouragement and get some advice in this really scary time that we're experiencing well, not just Canada, the US is going through it as well. I would imagine the majority of the world is. And yeah, if
Yeah.
it can also, knowledge takes fear away. Right. So if somebody is worried about their finances and they don't really have a lot of knowledge of what to do, they reach out to someone like yourselves. And now that fear can be lessened because now they understand, and maybe they have a plan or whatever. At least they know what options are there for them. And I think that's like they can't be empowered if you don't know. Right. So yeah. So
Oh, thank you. It's been such a pleasure
oh,
uh, meeting you. We talked in a different time
yes.
ahead of time to get to know each other, and I just, and getting to know you more now, like this has been so fun and so easy. I think that you're just an incredible lady,
Oh,
and I know we're going to be friends going forth into the future. And thank you for Bianca, coming, joining me. I was a little nervous, so I wanted her good words and her support.
oh no, it was
Thank you.
and thank you for inviting her, because now I know I can do it. I know how to work it. So yeah, I did. Yeah. No, I thought it worked out well. So well, thank you both, ladies, and so for my audience, just to let you know that Tamara and Bianca both will be sending me all of their links and all of their information, so that when you are viewing this, you can go to the detailed sections, and if you wanted to reach out to these ladies, their information is going to be there. But I would say reach out to them. They're fabulous, they're non-judgmental, they're lovely to talk with, easy to get along with. But if for some reason you don't want to reach out to them, if you're experiencing some emotional trauma regarding what's happening, and you need some advice, find somebody. Just like Tamara said, you need an advisor. Find somebody that knows what's going on, so that it can lessen your fears as well. So thank you, ladies. I appreciate you both being here, and we will talk again soon.
Okay.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much. And
care.
everybody, just remember that, we're here to help. And I want to learn more about you. And thank you, Julie. Just
Oh, you're welcome.
so grateful.
Thank you. Thank you. And Bianca, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. We should get a glass of wine together sometime.
Sometime. Oh, and she's promoting my book.
You have such great books. I've read the one from Kenya when you're supporting the Kenyan ladies as well.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, okay, ladies. We're signing off. Thank you very much, and we'll talk again soon.
All right.
Bye, Julie.
Bye.